with fresh cold water. Next, you're going to need some ground coffee, preferably Starbucks espresso roast. And finally, if you're going to be making a milk-based beverage like the latte, the cappuccino, or a mocha, you'll need fresh cold milk and a stainless steel frothing pitcher, preferably with a thermometer inside, so you know the temperature of the milk while steaming.
Other items to have handy are a scoop, a tamper, shot glasses, and just in case you make a little bit of a mess in the kitchen, you'll need a damp cloth. When creating espresso using the new Starbucks Barista espresso machine, there are 4 key things you must do. You must prime the machine, steam the milk, prime the machine again, and brew the coffee. In other words, simply remember, prime, steam, prime, brew. We'll show you what that means.
Let's prime the machine. Turn the machine on and immediately open the steam knob to dispense about half a cup of water. What you are doing is flushing out the old water and introducing fresh water into the system. Now this will ensure that when you create your shot of espresso, it will be with fresh water, creating a better beverage. After dispensing about half a cup of water, turn off the water flow by closing the steam knob. Your machine is now primed. Now after priming the machine, wait for the ready light to come on. Now the ready light tells us when the machine reaches the proper temperature, and you'll notice that the light is green. Now it's green for a reason. Green means go. So do not pass go until the light is green. Now if you're making a milk-based beverage like a latte or a cappuccino or a mocha, it's very important that you steam your milk first because the milk stays warmer much longer than a single ounce of espresso. Now at Starbucks, when we prepare a shot of espresso in our stores, we never let the shot sit around for longer than 10 seconds because there's so little liquid, the temperature and flavor will change quickly. So let's get the machine ready to steam. Depress the steam button and you'll notice that the ready light goes out, which means it's not yet at the proper steaming temperature. Wait for the light to come back on before steaming. Now while we're waiting for the light to come on, fill the frothing pitcher approximately half full of very cold milk. Starting with a chilled frothing pitcher and cold milk, it will make it easier for you to create rich, creamy foam. Once the light is on, we can begin the steam. Take the frothing pitcher and place it underneath the steaming wand. Put the very tip of the steaming wand just under the milk line and open up the steam knob. What you're doing is introducing air into the milk to create the wonderful foam. Once you have the foam you desire, immerse the steam wand into the milk to continue to heat the milk. You may rest the frothing pitcher on the drip tray if you wish. Now using the thermometer, watch the temperature of the milk and stop steaming when you reach the desired temperature. Now Starbucks recommends a temperature range of 150 to 170 degrees Fahrenheit. Beware, milk scalds at 172 degrees Fahrenheit. Once at the proper temperature, turn the steam knob off. Pull your frothing pitcher away from the steam wand and immediately wipe the milk residue from the wand with a damp cloth. Now be careful, the steam wand is very hot. Now once the steaming process is complete, depress the steam button again to turn off the steaming mechanism. Now let's prime again.
After you press the steam button off, the light is still green. But you cannot brew yet because the water is too hot. It's still positioned for steaming, not brewing. So we need to prime again. To prepare to prime, you're going to need your Raporto filter system. The Raporto filter system is a revolutionary new way to brew coffee because not only can it brew using the conventional method with ground espresso, but it can also use a new method of brewing espresso called the pod. We'll talk more about that in a minute. For now, as we prime, we're going to use the hot water inside the machine to warm up the Raporto filter system. Place your portafilter into the brew head, pull all the way to the right, and let it snap back into place. Place your shot glass underneath the portafilter. Depress the brew button until the green light goes out. Once the green light goes out, stop the brewing function. This procedure lowers the temperature from steaming to an appropriate brew temperature. Dispose of the water in the shot glass and remove the Raporto filter system from the machine. You will notice that the portafilter is nice and warm. One tip to ensure excellent espresso beverages is to make sure that everything is warm. Warming your portafilter and shot glasses will ensure that when you brew your espresso shot, it will be nice and hot.
Now, let's brew.
What we're going to do now is show you how to create the perfect shot of espresso. First, let's look at what a shot of espresso should look like. For the first shot of espresso that we're going to make, we're going to use the Raporto filter system with the ground coffee insert. We're going to use some freshly ground Starbucks espresso roast and our scoop and tamper. Here we go. Measure 1 scoop of Starbucks espresso and place it into the portafilter basket, tamping lightly. Place the portafilter into the brew head and move the handle all the way to the right, as far as it can go. Let go and it will automatically snap back into place. That's how you know when the Raporto filter system is properly positioned. Place the shot glass underneath the portafilter. Make sure the ready light is on and depress the brew button. Stop the brewing at the 1 ounce line by depressing the brew button for a second time. Looking at this shot, notice the color variations. The heart is thick and dark at the base of the shot. The body of the shot billows to the surface. The top of the shot is golden crema, full of sweetness. All of these elements are found in the perfect shot of espresso. This is what you want to be creating. It has the body and texture that you want, so when you make a latte and take your first sip, you'll say, "This is the taste that I've been missing in my home espresso beverages. This is what I'm looking for."